Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another SpellForce freecast. In the red color, we have got our human player, Santanzanoria. And his opponent on the other side of the map, this is Didu. Playing as the elves. I want to really quickly get some videos out before the Age of Mythology DLC hits, and I'll be completely busy covering the new China faction there. So yeah, a little bit of SpellForce free in the meantime, and in general I want to be spending a little bit more time making content for you guys, so hope you're looking forward to it. Our map here is Great Keep Gardens, and that typically means that the players will be wanting to go for these short routes, even though there's these galleys in the middle kind of preventing you from taking this base. You do want to go for this one. Grab the Godstone, connect it with your main, and then you have teleportation, so your new units will instantly arrive on the battlefield pretty much. A lot of these galleys are getting pulled by Didu here, with the Archdruid is his hero choice. Going up against the Wolfguard commander, of course. That's not entirely surprising, although the Royal Mage can be rather good as well. But on a map where it kind of pays to just cross and harass the workers a little bit, because, you know, elves, you're gonna want to cut some wood, right? It's a strange location to have it here, but this does mean that the base is covering it. So that should be super nice to see. Yeah, both players are just going to do the same pathing. What I don't know about for sure is whether it's a good idea to leave this flag and instead upgrade this home base. By the time enough resources are put together to upgrade this, the creeps will probably destroy the flag. So yeah, we're gonna want to be careful with that. The elves have also not gone forward, but level 2 is achieved. And never mind, it's not gonna be actually the resource harassment kind of play. Infantryman does join the fight at 700 health and plenty of armor. You can tank all these boys just fine. Shouldn't be an issue in any way. Wolfguard Commander, however, does chug a mana potion here, as no points have been put into deep waters, but the point floating would have allowed to sort that out. We've got the normal left side stuff. No aura business until the late game, pretty much. Nobody should be doing that anyway. We've got Psychokinetic Blast, we've got Obliterate, and we've got Ellen's Fire, as well as 2 points in Brute Force. No points in Deep Waters just yet, but eventually that is something we should start seeing. I do think that Didu has the opportunity here to go up here and go after the creeps a little bit, steal some of them. If this royal flag gets upgraded for Santanzanoria, then it will be so much easier to deal with the skelly creeps. But I do think that sacrificing some potions is worthwhile at this point. You know, buying this base just means that you're securing an iron base, which is going to be very important going into tier 2 with the elves. So not having access to that is pretty brutal, but we might be seeing a faster level 5 for the Archdruid, a very important key milestone. So yeah, both players are just kind of leaving each other alone, building up their sectors. With the elves not bothering with here, I guess they're going to be a little bit more secure, right? Like, you have the bridge, you have to cross that, you will be taking fire. But if you have this base, then you can harass the iron, and it's right next to the human base. Yeah, you know, it's just not as secure as an iron base as this would be, where you can put the iron mines right in the middle. So yeah, very, very understandable there with the decision making. And the elves are all about that iron business anyhow. We are not yet seeing a whole lot of move towards tier 2, and our elves will at some point have to pivot to some kind of stone gathering. They can do it here with these 2 remaining workers. We'll see if that's going to be the case. We gotta be careful with losing guardians. We're super close to having that happen, but just in the last possible second, Didu does save the guardian, and so long as the Archdruid aggroes these creeps, he might be able to hold on to them. So a good idea to put them into range mode so that the melee boy does the tanking for the moment. And we're very close to level 5 already. Teleporting back now. Oh, the gold sticking around there. But that's unfortunate. But hey, here's the skellies, and while we're here, the territory bonus does give these guardians the extra regeneration, so they'll be healing up a little bit faster. By the way, it was Didu who sent in this replay, so I'll be really curious to see what direction this goes in. And if you want to send in your replay, then you can do so as well, of course. I'll be very happy to cover these SpellForce free games. And for AOM viewers who are ending up around these parts, make sure to check out SpellForce Free's Versus Edition. It's totally free. While you wait for the China business over there, you might as well check this out. It's all for free. Well, not all, but there's a starter edition, basically. I'll be linking it in the description. Yep, going to the shop now is Santazanoria. What happened? Wait, didn't go for the last creeps? What's that all about?
Let's get to work.
Did buy the level 2 weapon though. We don't see that often. And the level 3 armor. So this hero will be quite a bit tankier. Could have sold these, which at some point would be useful, but next trip to the shop you can do that. There's still creeps to kill. Certainly enough infantrymen here to take on the Wyvern. Should be no problem with that. This will be providing a ring or amulet. We'll see what exactly it's going to be. The elves should be doing the same thing, but level 5 has been achieved over there. Really nice punish on the Wyvern, not allowing it to do the lightning attack, but eventually it will come through as you only have so many interrupts at level 4. Level 5 you would have a stun, but yeah, we're a moment away from level 5. If this Wyvern goes down without killing any infantrymen, that's huge, and we do get there. So Santazanoria over here has now an extra 3,000 gold from the Wyvern, 5 focus ring. It's not a bad one, it's not a great one, and you know, has access now to Earth Shatter and can go for these level 2 abilities. Also went into the Hymn of Tenacity, which will be giving some armor to allies nearby. Shadow Strike level 2 will cause an impair, and Dido will have to respect this. He also went for the Wyvern and is now level 6, and with that we've got all the capstone skills. We've got Obliterate level 2, which will be creating 8 projectiles of these line AoEs. Crush Spirits is in, which will be nerfing a single target for resistances, for speed and damage. And then we've got Alan's Wrath to combine with Trian's Grasp. All the ground AoEs will be doing a ton of damage, and we're going shopping as well, but the humans have showed up. So let's see if Dido will be able to hold this. Very ballsy from the humans to put the barracks right up in the front lines, but they have achieved tier 2, both players have. And more advanced units will be coming in as soon as we can get some iron, which the humans are trying to do, but I do think it's going to be just infantrymen and their upgrades. That's usually what it is, but the humans are quite a bit ahead when it comes to establishing their tier. Okay, this is going to be the base after all for the elves. I did talk about this before, that this is very exposed, could be risky. We'll see where that goes exactly. Guardians are high in number, so they should be able to take on the humans, but fighting under the fortified outpost would be definitely painful. Don't really want to go for that if you can avoid it. Like I said earlier, a bunch of creeps remain around the map. You don't always go for these Wyverns, but anyway, here's the fight. And that's going to be a great Earth Shatter to start things off with for the humans. It's pretty huge. A bunch of the Guardians are swapped now into ranged mode, but only, I don't know, never mind, it was just the one.
This will be a masterpiece.
Yeah, Dido is just going to sit back and wait, because there's just no need to engage the humans while the Wolfguard commander is lower level. You might as well just wait for the iron to come in. Here's all the iron mines, and the wood bank is looking good, so all this can actually be afforded. The production won't be shut down. There can be more guardians, and eventually there will be some very difficult to kill protectors that the humans will have to somehow find a way to deal with. Infantrymen are not going to be the way for much longer, but you can definitely overwhelm the elves, you can definitely multi-prong, but right now they are up 63 population to 37, so that is a pretty big deal for the elves. They have the initiative and they can strike. Again, I did say fortified outposts are tough. Really good positioning by the humans, by the way, predicting this move. Well done, Sentence Zenoria. Iron Mine would be an easy target, but I think we're going for the Wombo combo. The Obliterate hits quite a few of the infantrymen, dealing quite a lot of damage as well. And that's going to be an interrupt on the Wolfguard commander, but she's such a tank with the tier 3 armor that it ultimately didn't matter much, right? Especially with the aura on top of everything. Going for 6% there. This is a Shrine of Growth level 2. We should be seeing that up here as well, as all these iron mines are getting added in. It takes a moment to populate them with workers, but once that's done, we will be seeing the tier 2 units. We've got Wanderers for now, as they're quite cheap. Might as well go for it. 83 population now for the elves. And humans just haven't been able to grow. What's that all about? We do have some bases that could potentially be upgraded here, and I do think Sentence Zenoria has too much stone, really. That's a problem. There should be a little bit more food income so that you can print units. Ooh, that was not the best Earth Shatter here from the Wolfguard commander. Only hit one Guardian, even that one didn't die. More Wanderers are coming in. And the first of the Protectors are on the way as well. The Arcane Smithy is coming in so that they can be upgraded as soon as possible, supposedly. As more resources are coming in, more bases can be upgraded. Now the Catapult's getting added in, as well as the Keepers, who will make for some really tanky front line. Especially with the help of the Wolfguard Commander armor buff. 31 strike and pierce is pretty huge, so those Wanderers and Guardians are actually going to have a tough time, but the Protectors, once there's multiple Protectors, they also provide this defensive phalanx buff to nearby units. If there's several of the Protectors, they'll affect each other, giving them insane stats, so that is, I think, what we're looking forward to the most in this tier 2. And really only magic damage can deal with them. The humans don't have a great source of magic damage in tier 2 other than the hero, so that's really problematic to face a lot of Protectors, and you typically just want to go into tier 3 to match them with your own champions and maybe add in a little bit of Mentalists once you can afford it with tier 3 resources, but we're nowhere near that point right now. You can see it's not researching, the resources aren't there. You'll be needing like 40 each. 20 iron, I think. Yeah, it's really expensive. Now we have the several Protectors, right? And they're giving each other the phalanx buff. 45% armor. That is a lot. I'm curious if we're gonna see their upgrade now as well. So far it's not in. I'm looking at the wrong player. Okay, Smithy, Savage Blows, there we go. There we go, it's finished, and now they'll be able to hit 3 targets at once, or like a small AoE in front rather. As opposed to just hitting 1 target. You can see it on the unit when they get these leaf-shaped spears. Nobody wants to engage, so we might fast forward if they don't fight now, but I think now is the time to actually go for it. Especially with D2 having 130 population cap and not many resources to upgrade further bases, you kind of want to keep a little bit to be able to replace your units at this point. When you're going for a big fight like that. The Earth Shatter has been huge, but here comes the Wombo combo of the elves themselves. Those infantrymen are eating it. But yeah, neither player really wants to engage into this choke point. It's not a great place to fight, honestly. And with the fortified watchtower and fortified outpost together, putting in a lot of damage as well. Yeah, this is a little bit problematic. But I don't understand why Santeza is putting the billet here. I guess he wants to create a choke point, but the billets are not that tanky.
This will be a masterpiece. Only take a second.
Bunch of keepers getting added.
Man, let's get to work.
I think we might be seeing the big fight now, though. Yeah, see, the billet just gets destroyed before it gets built in the first place. Super cautious players, both of these. But there's so much better places to fight, like right here or down here. Combo combo is used once again. And oh wait, the Wolfguard commander is actually getting nerf beamed. Goes down to under half health with the focus fire from the Guardians. It's one really good way to counteract all these heavy armors and debuff. But nobody has been gaining any ground. It's just the only ground that is being gained actually is for Didu, going up to 160 population plus. And kind of keeping Santeza Noria on the low end of the population. So the further this goes, the longer this continues, the easier it will be to get the engagement done. The Forge has been working on something for Santeza Noria, but what is it exactly? Nothing. There's 2 workers in there and it's not doing anything. That's unfortunate. The spending has been really nice though. Now with the tier 3 business done, champions can be made. So as long as the elves don't attack right now, the humans should be able to get a little bit ahead. Pushing through the army with the keepers here is fantastic. They're just able to shove units out of the way because they're heavy. Being cavalry, of course, gives you that. But yeah, we're not going to see a big fight because the humans' goal is not to take a big fight right now. They're even getting some medics out just in case. The goal would be to make champions and a lot of them. Here's the first one with the hammer for now, but I'm sure eventually we'll be seeing the Aria distilleries getting added in. There's a spot here in the middle as well. For the elves, will be pretty far away from tier 3, and I'm not even sure they know yet. I don't think Dido is quite aware yet what's happening there, but with so many protectors, even the champions are gonna be on the struggle bus, although they do have really good stats in terms of damage dealing. And once again, the keepers are able to just push stuff out of the way pretty much, but they are taking damage at the same time. That is a huge Earth Shatter, however, and guess what? The Guardians are kind of filler population. They're not high quality as the protectors would be. So quite a bunch of them do end up dying, but the humans were hemorrhaging units as well. With more and more protectors coming in, this is going to be super scary to face. The good news for Santeza Noria is retreating here does allow his units to regenerate, whereas Didus are not. They're in the middle of a fight, right? Wolfguard Commander quickly unleashing all the abilities. But we'll have to wait a little bit to get Earth Shatter again. Level 6 has been achieved. I wonder what that was used for. Looks like either just more deep waters or another point in brute force. I don't remember. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Gonna be hard stuck in level 6. Didu is with the Archdruid. That's just how it's gonna be for a while. Tier 3 is being worked on. Obviously now it was visible that there are champions, but numbers of champions are at the moment pretty low. Okay, we're gonna fast forward. There's nobody wants to fight, and totally understandable, by the way. Okay, we are fighting. Bombo combo hits a lot of the infantrymen, and they are, you know, kind of out of their league here on all these protectors and the AoE from the Archdruid. This is not where the infantrymen want to be. They're a little bit too light, and a lot of them do end up falling here in this push. If you're Didu, I think you just continue from here because this is as good as it's gonna get. Obliterate once again, going through a lot of the infantry. The tower has fallen. And it's a great opportunity to actually destroy the drill hall here. Not the best wombo combo, but at least a few of the human units are getting picked off once more. The Tezenoria getting a little bit rich in terms of stone. Buys a little time with a very nice use of Earth Shadow there, but the towers are actually working against the humans, allowing these protectors to just kind of form up and hold their ground. I'm gonna fast forward this again, see what happens. Tier 3 is achieved for the elves. And we've got quite a bit more aria now for the humans. The border fortresses are being upgraded left and right, and it looks like the elves are ready to finally make a move. They aren't setting up for their tier 3 Lenya just yet, but oh wait, they are starting it. Oh wait, is he gonna strike the main? Of course the humans will be able to just teleport back, and they do know, they do suspect that that's gonna be happening, since Tezenoria playing that rather well. I love the addition of the flag bearers as well. I would love for them to also be in attacking mode, but the defense for now is good enough. Great Earth Shatter there by the Wolfguard commander. The humans are taking a little bit of magic damage here, but it's not too bad with the flag bearers helping out armor wise. A lot of these infantrymen are just pretty well off in terms of armor. The champions have been upgraded to have their cleave. Wombo combo gets eaten, but it looks like the human production is good enough to push this back. The catapults now have their fire damage over time attacks as well, so that will deal a little bit of magic damage to these protectors who actually don't resist that. Pretty big deal. It's so much better to fight here for the humans because they can just have all their units work at the same time. Wombo combo is in, but a lot of the knockbacks from the Wolfguard commander have also done a lot of work. However, Nerf Beam combined with all this arrow fire takes down the Wolfguard commander. That's going to be very difficult to fight this whole army without the help of the hero. We'll see if Dido hesitates anymore. But I do think this is now really the time to strike. You've got a huge advantage with the... Oh, that wombo combo just hit the entire army with Alan's Wrath. The humans still lingering a little bit in the flames. And guess what? They get burned. That's how it works. That's how fire works. Don't sit in it. The elves clean up basically the entire human army. They're gonna pull back a little bit to regroup. Getting into the human base, potentially having an opportunity to snipe the Wolfguard commander again. I do think Dido will have crushed spirits available here.
Yes?
Oh, the interrupt doesn't quite go through, but the Nerf Beam sure does, and the hero's dead again. Dido can just cautiously take down units one by one here. Also disrupting the economy at the same time. Catapults only have so much firepower against humans or elves. Units in general just resist siege damage really well at 75%, so that's not a problem at all. Yeah, attacking the Citadel might be a little bit too ambitious though at 123 population. That building can heal itself very, very nicely, especially when watchtowers come in. So maybe a bunch of ballista for the elves wouldn't be the worst of ideas. Let's take a quick look at the upgrades that are coming in. Yeah, the tier 3 stuff is happening, and then followed up with ballista. Immaculate armors for the protectors will give them a lot of extra health and even more resistances. Wanderers will be able to shoot through targets, getting some line AoE, and the ballista, of course, sieging buildings. Heart of the Forest is in as well, and we're gonna have some Ice Phoenix. I love me some chill chickens, that's for sure. Are we gonna get to a Titan in this game? Surely not, right? So expensive. Well, who knows? If the players don't wreck each other's face, then there is time for a Titan, technically. Resources don't run out until like the hour mark, and we're only halfway there, not even. But it does look like Didu is working away at all of these buildings. Taking out a barracks already. Potentially working on another one. The protectors just don't seem to care. Now that they have their upgrades, they have 50% strike and pierce armor. And the Alvin Vombo combo here from Archery just doing so much work. Level 8 is achieved already. Wolfguard Commander gets level 7. Can the humans really hold? Really nice damage from the catapults onto the Guardians, by the way, who have minus 15% magic resist. But yeah, you've got the Chill Chickens to deal with. That's going to be a problem. Once they are upgraded to have their ice beams, it's going to be a huge issue for sure. It's not the case yet, but it only costs 15 Lenya. Once you get a handful of these out, they can shut down production. They can do massive building damage as well. What will be really important is for Sentenza Noria to make use of the remaining food in these bases, especially this one. But there's some here as well, right? Like, you don't need that much iron.
Let's get to it.
Food is just required for every single unit. That's something to keep in mind. The Ballista are working away at this base from a distance. The Archer still very happy here at a distance as well. And once again, the Wolfguard Commander dies to the Nerf Beam. Level 9 is achieved. This could be snowball territory, as Didu just has Brute Force 5. One more level can be unlocked for an extra 10% damage. And all these abilities will be just absolutely going nuts. The 4 Chill Chickens have no problems taking down the catapults, who can't shoot back, actually. And the base itself gets taken down. A huge takeover is about to happen for the elves. They get now the territorial regeneration boost as soon as the fighting stops. They'll be healing up right there. Ooh, somehow that protector is managing to survive the fires. Nothing more important than upgrading the sector to claim all the resources of the destroyed buildings. And with that many ballistas, how do you really stop this at 45 population for the humans? I'm not sure it is going to be possible. Just pivoting to this side of the fight was a really good idea, I would say. The iron is now starting to disappear from these heavily mined spots. There's still quite a bunch in the middle, however, so it's not bad at all. And there's 600 Lenya here for the later stages of the game. The Glacier Beam is in, ladies and gentlemen, and we are gonna get to see a little bit of icicles on the main base. But that's not enough Chill Chickens just yet to really put this away. The watchtowers will need to be destroyed. The Wolfguard Commander once again pops into the middle of the battle a little bit too soon without an army here. Even with all the help of the watchtowers, this is just a little bit too much. And some of the watchtowers aren't fully manned either, so they could be doing a lot more damage here, to be honest. The Chill Chicken is getting taken down anyhow, though. But can this Citadel hold at 3,000 health and falling, and so many ballista firing at it? I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. The buildings just don't have any siege resistance. In fact, it's negative. And with that, Didu will be taking the game. Very well done. And once again, thank you to Didu for sending this in. Really appreciate it. And you know, you can do the same. Just join my Discord, send in your replay, and I will be covering it. Looking forward to getting some more. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.